Carmen.
My name is Augie WK. I'm the painter of this mural behind me.
I'm the assistant.
So what is your guys' profession and how did you come into this profession?
I would say that I'm more of like an illustrator and a painter. I'm more of a muralist, but as far as my day job, I've been in dentistry and I'm also a full-time student. I just kind of fell into it because all my family was into dentistry, and then I always wanted to kind of just be either a professor or work with children in regards to psychology, so that's kind of what I'm studying right now.
And profession is I'm not an artist by profession. An artist by hobby and side job. So I'm a muralist, illustrator, painter, canvases. We do art shows, we do screen printing, so we print shirts, and sometimes design work. But for the most part, my art, I try to only do what I want to do, as opposed to like design work for other people, or instances where I have to like compromise with someone on my art, because I don't like to compromise on my art.
So what is the most rewarding thing about your profession and the most challenging one?
I guess rewarding, like the professional sense of my day job, is just helping people, learning every day. But in regards to art, it's just the feeling of like being able to take something that you thought of and actually manifest it into something physical.
Yeah, the most rewarding part about art for me is being able to live longer through something like a giant mural like this. Like, I have artwork that will live out there in the world for a long time, but this is seen by a lot of people, and I do expect it to live longer than I do.
What is your background and experience with murals?
This is the first mural I think we've done that's this scale. We've done a couple of smaller projects with Tatum's Garden in Salinas, which is a handicap-friendly park. We've done other smaller community murals here in Watsonville. It's just trying to get the space is the hardest part of it all, I think.
Yeah, painting murals is a lot more bureaucratic work than you think it is. So the mural gigs that we've had before this were kind of like we had to work with organizations and what they wanted things to be, so the artwork ended up being smaller and definitely not the stuff that I would try to paint when I'm really trying to bring my own ideas to life. And so this opportunity for me to paint a design that I had come up with, and I was shopping it around to different walls. So that's a big part of painting murals too. Like, you have to find somebody with an available wall and find someone who really wants to deal with the hassle of City Hall and other stuff to get the permits, and an image that's not going to offend somebody, which you'd be surprised that people will
Find something to be offended about.
So we had to fight City Hall a little bit for this process to get the permits on this guy, and I don't know how they found it offensive even when it was like halfway completed, and they were already trying to get us to paint over it, and it's fucking beautiful.
So what do you guys think is going to be the biggest challenge for us to get our mural?
I think you guys might have to pander to the high school and to the community at large, because they're gonna want something, because it's in the library like you guys already have. They're gonna want something that's related to the library. They're gonna maybe want Willie the Wildcat in there. Like, I've gone to Watsonville High, I know the community there, and I know the community at large here because I grew up here. So it's gonna suck that you guys are gonna have to pander, because you have to have so many people involved. It's not just an independent venture, so you guys are gonna have to make too many people happy, and at the end it's gonna end up meaning you're gonna have to compromise some places.
How can you guys guide our group project?
Your project or you as a group? Because your project has more to do with you in school, but you as artists, I can give you the advice that compromise is the enemy of art. So anywhere you have to compromise, like, it's gonna lessen your art. If you want to make like really good art, or art that means a lot to you, compromise less.
Yeah.
Project? You want to do a project?
Yeah, in regards to your project, I mean, we've made a lot of connections in the past few years as being artists. We were part of a lot of collectives, not necessarily part of the group itself, but just becoming friends with a lot of people. Networking is a really big part of being an artist as well. Trying to find people that are willing to give you the opportunities as well as finance your art.
Well, yeah,
so
people who
that
care about art.
yeah, so there's a lot of people in the area that are willing to, especially for younger artists, give you guys the opportunity. You just have to know where to look. So I think that's going to be a really big part for you guys, just to help you guys find people that will support you and will allow you to not have to compromise because they want to just see what you have to give.
What do you guys hope to get out of working with us? Like, what is something you guys like?
To give you advice, like if you do want to continue to be artists, like the piece like the advice I just gave you, because I'm super happy with the outcome of this because this is exactly what I wanted it to be, and I didn't have to report to anybody to tell them like, hey, there's gonna be some blue on this wall, you know, like don't be too offended by blue, or like I just came with different colors. I would come every day with way too many colors, and I would kind of feel out which colors I wanted to paint. So my rough draft was not at all what the final mural was going to be.
Yeah.
So like your rough draft is not going to be what your final mural looks like, obviously.
Yeah, I think just being able to like help you guys as artists, because I know when I was growing up, it was never something that was encouraged. It was never something that was told like you could actually do this for a living. You could actually fulfill yourself in a way that you want to. It was always just like get a job and then get good health care, which unfortunately is still a narrative that's being pushed today. So I think just just fostering you guys as young artists, especially young artists of color, which is even harder, is going to be really fulfilling. Just giving you guys advice on how to do it, because a lot of times you end up having to do it by yourselves like we did. We had to just kind of figure it out as we went, and even though we don't regret it, it would have been nice if we had someone being like, hey, go this way. And, you know, we did have a few people here and there to kind of guide us, but, you know, ultimately it's just not looked upon as something that's economically, you know, empowering, which it shouldn't have to be. It should be more than just, you know, you can make a lot of money doing this. It should be about fulfilling yourselves in other ways.
Do you know of other organizations or people that may help us with this executing our project? If so, who and what?
You can get free paint from Kelly Moore.
Yeah. So like I said, networking is a very, very big part of being an artist, especially in smaller communities.
Yeah, we meet a lot of artists who have other little like life hacks, you know, like you can get free paint from Kelly Moore, like I was saying, or
It's called like the oops paint. So if somebody goes and mixes the paint and they don't want it,
Or it's, like, super cheap.
they'll just give it to you because they want that specific, you know, the owners and the people that work there, they want to foster, you know, art in the community. There's also the Santa Cruz Arts Council, which helped us with this. Hannah Garcia is an absolute like gem when it comes to finding resources on how to like apply for grants. There's community organizations that aren't necessarily focused on art that are in Watsonville that'll still help you because they want to foster talent in young people of color. So it's just about trying to find different community organizations and people that you wouldn't even think of. Like we've been part of different community paint days and stuff where we meet people and they're just like super excited about art and they just want to be a part of it and help you in any way they can. Maybe it won't be financially, but it'll just be like, hey, I know where you can go to get some free stuff, or hey, I know someone that's willing to like do a write-up about your piece in a local newspaper. Like that's all really valuable. We met a lot of people that were willing to like get our story out there, especially
a lot of it was getting our story out there, because depending on how you guys are going to execute your mural, I didn't let anybody work on this except for me and her.
Yeah.
So it took us a long time. So if you're planning on spending a lot of hours painting, then you got this.
Yeah.
You may need like the helpers, assistant, or something like that. You know, you can probably
People are
ask
willing to
at your
help,
school.
yeah. Because they want to be a part of it, like ultimately. Like we kind of just wanted to do this for ourselves because it is like our first mural, so we wanted to be like, we did that. But
this is a matter of precision too.
yeah, there's a lot of fine detail
You
in
can
lines.
do fill in the color for so long, but once you get to precision work, like you as the artist are probably gonna have to execute.
Yeah, you don't want to have to delegate too much of the work because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to do what's right for your vision. Like you don't want other people to be like, oh, I'm a helper, but I think this looks better over here. It's like, that's cool, but it's not your mural. It's mine. It's ours. We're doing it this way for a reason. Like we want these images in this place for a reason. Like your composition is gonna be really important. I know your wall's a little wonky, but the way you guys actually put the images onto the wall is gonna be able to draw the eye in and keep the eye there. Because I know that hallway. I passed it all the time when I went into the library, and like people do just kind of walk by and don't even pay attention. But if you just have something through the corner of your eye that just catches your eye, and you're just like, oh. So even if a person just stands there for like 2-3 minutes, you've accomplished your goal, because now they're looking at this artwork and they're trying to figure out, like, why did they put this person here, and why is that book so important? Why did they choose that specific book to be put apart in the mural? You know, why not this other book that I like? You know, so it starts a conversation for people, and I think that's the biggest part about art, is starting a conversation about something, especially when it comes to like Chicano murals. That's a big part of my education right now, that I'm focusing on art, especially within Chicano movements. And murals for our community was a very, very big part of the political movements, and why people were able to be engaged, because the education was so sparse for people of color. You know, we weren't given the same opportunities, and we still aren't. I mean, there's crazy scandals breaking every day, and you just kind of see it, and we know, it's like we've been, like we knew. But you have to take the opportunities, and there's a specific term, which I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but it's basically that Chicanos use any tools necessary in order to get the political message out there, and art was a very, very big part of that. So as people of color, you know, this is a really big medium for us. So I think that's another reason why I want to help you guys focus on this.
So what is the best way for to stay in touch?
I mean, the way we have been, group messages, emails, whatever.
When are you guys available to meet or work with us?
Pretty much every Sunday. That's kind of like our day off.
Will you be able to attend our CAP presentation on May 23rd or 24th?
What is the presentation? Are you gonna like start painting the mural or finish it, or do you think? Or are you presenting it?
I think it's when it's like completed.
The mural's done?
Yeah.
The 24th will probably do it. I'm like,
Is that 2 months?
yeah, that's like the week after I finish with my semester. So yes, I will be there. I think that's like a Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, we'll be there.
So cool.
Any